So this is actually Inktober day 8. I know it is a few days past Inktober day 8. I've been slacking on getting this video uploaded. So I sketched this out while I was sitting on the couch, and I am using a Sakura Micron pen to just do some fine lining around it. And then I wanted to erase my lines because I'm not sure how this black India ink is going to react with like pencils. I think it makes it permanent once you've painted over it. But I just have several different like concentrations of black India ink, and they've just been watered down in a palette off to the side. I really wanted to try and work on shading by using India ink, and this was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, so I did not turn out to be super happy with the shading of the face. But overall, I think the piece is pretty interesting, and it gives the whole painting, like her hair or like the forest, it gives it like a lot of depth, which I thought was a really visually interesting part of the drawing. It gives the painting a lot more depth than it would have had otherwise, and if you ever kind of look at a forest, you'll see that the trees kind of up front are probably darker, and then it kind of fades into the background. So I really like how that part of the drawing turned out. But the shading of the face, man, like, I think I went back to it 3 or 4 times just trying to get it to be better, and I just thought I kept making it worse. That's why it's very light. I was using very light colors, but I think it looks worse when you look at it in real life than it does when you look at it on video. I think the video is a little bit more forgiving to the mistakes that I made in this piece than maybe it should have been. But working with ink is part of Inktober, and it is a medium I don't use a whole lot of. So that was a good challenge in my opinion, because I was learning a lot about how to shade with ink, and especially because this ink is permanent when it dries. I can't blend it, I can't do anything like that. And I'm used to working with watercolors that I can blend, or maybe even acrylics that I can just paint over an area that I didn't like. And I think that's one really beneficial thing I'm getting out of Inktober, is once I've put the ink on the paper, especially for shading, it's permanent, and then I've got to work with it. And for areas that I'm unsure about, I start with a lighter ink wash than I think I might eventually want, because then hopefully if I make a mistake, it's not too noticeable. I guess the inspiration for this piece, I don't really have one set inspiration. I had seen a picture of a fox where the fox became a forest, and I thought that was kind of cool. But for this piece, I was really just thinking that she's like just daydreaming. I don't know. And like there's this whole world and like this forest in her mind, and the birds flying away from it are like ideas, and I don't know. It's kind of corny, but that was kind of like that's kind of what I think when I look at her, that she's just kind of daydreaming. And also when I started painting this, I could not resist seeing some of the music from the Into the Woods musical. So that was a quick video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that Inktober is still going well for you if you're participating. We are not yet halfway through, so I think we've reached the hardest point of Inktober for most of us. If you have fallen behind, just keep going. Get it done if you can, if you want to. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.